Okay, so we will be starting again on the silver charts on the daily time frame. What we can see from yesterday is that we pushed a little bit to the upside, testing that fair value gap over here on the daily time frame and giving us a very nice rejection to the downside, which also confirms that the bias is bearish for the moment and we can only look for short positions. On the 4-hour time frame, what we can see, we were in a little bit of a consolidation over here. We swept the highs before the big move, and then we made that drop to the downside. We have that fair value gap over here on the 4-hour time frame, which should serve as a support for the price. If we keep pushing to the upside and test it, it will be a good sign that the price might I respect it and push to the downside. So I will be looking for something like that. The hourly time frame in our case, what we can see over here is that the big drop from yesterday, the Asian session was kind of in a range. So I'm expecting a push to the upside to manipulate above the Asian session highs. And from there, we have to push to the downside. If the bias is right, then we're gonna take the loss. So at the moment, I'm going to mark the Asian session highs. And from there, if we take them out, I'm going to look for an S&T with gold and take a short position there. What we can see on gold chart on the daily time frame, same thing as on the silver, we have that daily fair value gap. We pushed to the upside yesterday, tested it and made a very nice rejection. The 4-hour time frame, same exact thing happened as on silver. We have a consolidation over here, sweep of the highs with that candle here, test of the 4-hour fair value gap, and from there a very nice expansion to the downside. We also have that fair value gap here on the 4-hour chart, which is already tested, and we're gonna see if the price is going to react from it and push to the downside. The hourly time frame, in our case, we're a little bit far from the Asian session highs, so I will be expecting for silver to take them out and gold to maybe test those fair value gaps over here, and from there made a reaction to the downside. So I'm marking both Asian session highs and I will be waiting for a manipulation above them so I can look for short positions. Euro on the other half, we have kind of strange market structure in here. We've tested that fair value gap here on the daily time frame, which at least in the daily time frame for the moment it looks like it is going to push to the downside and we are bearish. But on the 4-hour time frame, what we can see over here is we made a market structure shift over here to the upside. We made a reaction to the downside over here, failing to make a new wall low and respecting that order block here on the 4-hour time frame, and for the moment pushing to the upside again. So we are kind of in a strange position over here. We might be looking for long positions. We also can see a rejection from here to the downside to take some shorts. So for the moment, I won't be doing anything. I'll wait for the New York Open and see how the London session have closed. If we have kind of a bullish market structure from here, or more like a consolidation with respecting some zones to the upside, I might be looking for long positions with the New York Open, and from there consider what we're gonna do. But at the moment, we don't have that much of a structure that we can use, so I'll be waiting for the New York reaction and possible move from there. Pound, on the other hand, we have a little bit more aggressive market structure in here. We are still bearish on the daily time frame, but we can change that very soon if we invert that fair value gap here on the daily time frame. The 4-hour is looking for sure bullish. We made a market structure shift above that swing high, and we also, oh no, we didn't invert that actually. We tested to the end and inverted. But we have that fair value gap here. It tested kind of a consolidation and a good reaction at the moment on the 4-hour time frame. So here I will be looking also for bullish bias at the moment. Won't take any trades during London session. I'm going to wait for New York Open and a chance to take a long position from there after the CPI news, of course. I'm gonna wait for the news to come out and then take some shots at the market. That will be it for today. I will be waiting mostly for the silver and gold because it have a very good bias to the downside. If we make a manipulation with an SMT over here on the Asian session highs, I will be taking some short.